Well, what can I say? It's been great knowing you, SpongeBob. Good luck somewhere else. I'm gonna miss you. Boo-hoo, 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 boo-hoo.
Squid's taking it real hard.
Eakins' 4 years as the Ducks head coach was a no-win situation. He was hired under the final years of Bob Murray, which wasn't easy for anyone. Eakins will always be known for his time in Anaheim as being well respected by players, staff, and even fans. He was always involved with the Ducks charities and never shied away from a tough topic. I will say, towards the end of his tenure, I did get tired of hearing his voice though, because he had little to no personality in interviews and on the bench. But the fact that he always received high praise from players on how much he genuinely seemed to care about everyone on the team speaks volume of the type of man he is. He was a constant professional, but a terrible coach. At first, I was pretty excited with the hire from him moving up from the AHL to the NHL. He looked great at developing young players. Now I look back at that time, and maybe he just had some stacked teams. He's the type of coach that doesn't coach up his team. The Ducks never improved defensively or offensively. Yes, he had bad rosters, but from game 1 to game 82, nothing changed. Ducks goalies were constantly being let out to dry. The team had an inability to play consistently with any kind of structure was alarming at times. His greatest achievement might be the fact that he may get us the one, the only, Connor Bedard.
Hi, I'm Connor Bedard.
Either way, we are getting a great player in this year's draft, top 3 confirmed. But his time in the Ducks organization has come to an end. But where do the Ducks go from here? Who could be their next head coach? Eakins was someone part of that old guard, so to speak. He constantly dressed grinders and bench younger players. The game has changed quite a bit. Less fights and more skill and speed. There are several coaches who could be in the mix. There is no doubt that the Ducks' vacant coaching position is attractive. With a great young core and the chance to add a top 3 pick into the mix makes it even better. Here are some coaches that I think could get the role. I'm probably about to butcher most of these names, but here we go. Joe Sacco, currently Boston Bruins assistant coach, is a part of a coaching staff that has delivered the greatest regular season team in NHL history. He was actually in the mix for the Bruins head coaching job last year. He also spent 4 years as the head coach of the Avalanche and has experience with rebuilding teams in that way. Andrew Burnett, he is currently an assistant for the New Jersey Devils team. They had one of the biggest season turnarounds in NHL history with plus 47 points. They have similar young talent, that of Jack Hughes to Trevor Zegras, and he knows how to handle the young kids. He is probably at the top of my list. 2 other names that have been mentioned by Elliot Freeman on his 32 Thoughts podcast are Greg Cronin and Matt McIlvaine, as names being floated around the Ducks organization. Greg is the head coach of the AHL Colorado Eagles. He has never been a head coach and has worked with the USA development team, so he clearly understands how to work with younger players. But that being said, he is probably the one I'm least excited about. Lastly, Matt. He is the youngest on this list, and he is currently a head coach in Austria. Freeman mentioned the Ducks would actually want him to coach the AHL team first, then move him up to the Ducks. But in my research, it seemed that he was well respected by his players and that he has innovated with his coaching techniques, which is what I think the Ducks need. There are, of course, a ton of more options, including coaches that will probably be fired after the playoffs are over. Either way, a change is coming in Anaheim, and it's much needed. I am really excited for next year. I think with a head coach who actually has a system and a new coaching staff with improved techniques for the power play and the penalty kill will make this team a lot better than it showed this year. It can't get much worse. Who do you guys think will be the next head coach? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and go Ducks!
Now, we are disappointed tonight because they wanted chicken and we weren't able to provide it. Troy Terry obviously didn't like the idea of chicken. He had a great chance there late, but then Granner and Dez and Carrick went on that last shift, did their best to get the chicken for the fans. Well, we don't want to leave any birds out.